I'm going to start my conversation with you guys tonight with a phrase that was given by an 18th century conservative, Edmund Burke. And he said, "All that is needed for the triumph of evil is that good men do nothing." As you already heard, I'm going to run against evil. And she has many names, but the recent names have been irrational, immature, vile, obnoxious, and so forth. But I like to call her one way, one manner. And this is the way I refer myself to her. She is the most dangerous liberal in our days. She's the most dangerous liberal woman in our days. Her name, Debbie Wasserman Schultz. She's the chair of the Democratic National Committee. She's on TV every day preaching what we know it's not the right message for America. She's so unprofessional, and I can't figure out which one of her comments is the most frustrating one for me. Perhaps the one that she said in a town hall meeting saying, "Well, we have the economy under control." Or perhaps when she said that the Obamacare, if we ever rebuke the Obamacare, would be killing our society. I mean, I don't have to talk about her, right? You all know who she is. I'm going to talk about me and why I think I am the candidate for this race. I'm the candidate for this race because I'm sick and tired of just listening so many people complain. I'm sick and tired of complaining myself about how our nation is going the wrong way for not doing what we have to do. Some of you met me, and I had the privilege to meet you last time around. And we agree in many of the issues that were affecting our nation. And we hope for something better to come, but it didn't. And if you're honest with yourself and with your nation, you'll recognize that we're going downhill fast. And we have two big dangers. And one of them, I could say, is Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Why is she a danger to our nation? Because she believes that she's invincible. And she believes it so dearly that she has convinced even the Republican Party of it. I'm sad. I'm going to tell you this. I had a conversation with some of you, and I won't pinpoint nobody here. Not from this group. You guys are brave. But some people said, well, it's impossible to defeat Debbie. With all due respect, I disagree. I'm a Christian man. I believe in God. I'm a man that reads the Bible. And I live my life accordingly. And there's one story in the Bible that I love, and it's one of my favorite ones, and it's called David and Goliath. You know, I went to church last Saturday, and I preached there about giving. It's my message this Saturday to the congregation. How important it is and how godly it is for us to be givers. And Sunday, I went to my Spanish service. And our senior pastor in Spanish was preaching about David and Goliath. And I sat down and I was just amazed how he was preaching of this short little guy. Well, he wasn't that short, but in comparison to Goliath, he was. That knew nothing about being a soldier, but had the heart to be a king. You know, within the Republican Party, we have many Davids. Many Davids. Some that have no clue of how to be a politician, but they have the heart to be good leaders for this nation. And I'm going to tell you tonight, I have that heart. I have no intention, thank you. I have no intention of becoming a regular politician. I want to still be that American normal person that went to the army and fought for our nation and gave it the best. As a proud parent of 2 kids, I want to give my kids a better future. But that has a say in what this country will be in the next 10 years or the next 20 years. Listen, people. I mean, we got to stop complaining and we got to start believing and acting in what we believe. We got to stop complaining and just grinding our teeth every time we see her on TV and start believing that there's an opportunity this cycle, this next November 2014, to defeat her. How many of you watch news? Can can I make a survey? Can I have a survey here? How many of you watch Fox News? Okay, I figured that out. How many of you watch MSNBC?
Okay, until I...
Good. I get stomach aches. When I want to go to the bathroom, I watch MSNBC.
No, he didn't.
It is. But I do so I can hear all the lies that she's bringing out there. Can I tell you a little secret? She's not even in MSNBC anymore. She hasn't made a public speech, I don't know, in the last 45 to 60 days. Did you know that she's not in the top 45 influential people that Obama mentioned? Did you know that she knows that things are not the same way they used to be? Did you know that District 23 has a tendency of conservatives living among the new lines? Oh yes. Did you know that the new district shows that people within those lines are not liberals? And if I know that, don't you think she knows that? But you know, I was at the break meeting last Monday, and there was a common denominator in the speeches and the conversations that we heard there. We have a problem within our party. And I come here today to inspire you to become the igniters of a different idea, of a different view, of a different behavior for our party. We need to understand that we have the truth. Can you say amen to that?
Amen.
I mean, when I hear our message and I hear their message, I know that we have the truth. I mean, we can't continue spending the amount of money we're spending without having it and think that we'll remain the same in the next 10 to 20 years. We can't. So we have the right message. We need to cut. We need to reduce our budget. When you talk to people out there, they understand that. Do you agree with me? I mean, we all know that Obamacare has good intentions, but it doesn't have a right plan, therefore it's going to fail. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, when you talk to the people out there, and those that are the ones that should have been covered already, let me put these two quotes here, are struggling to be able to go into a system, internet page, century, 21st century, right? I mean, Facebook has how many millions of subscribers, and they all use the system at the same time? Google has how many people hitting their webpage at the same time, and they have no failures? We know there's problems out there. Now, as Republicans, we need to change our mind in one thing. See, Obama used this thing, yes, we can. We need to start believing that. If we could take something from Obama's lines, is that yes, we can, and yes, we need change now. When I talk to you, I want to see in your eyes that spark that says that yes, we can. I had this gentleman come into our office for a meeting. You know, we're equipping our campaign with the best. And hopefully you'll be part of it, because you guys are the best. And I had this interview with one of the best in the industry. And when we sat down, he said, well, I don't think you can win this elections. Thank you very much. We'll call you, don't call us. Because if I don't believe I can do it, why in the world will I start doing something like this? Now, please don't think I'm naive. This is not going to be easy. Please don't think I'm living in a bubble. I know it's going to be tough, but I'm ready for it. I've lost 62 pounds. I could run 2 miles now. I even look younger. Because I committed myself. You know, I believe that this is the time And if you and I work together, if you agree that we can do this, I have no doubt that we'll have again a Century 21 story called David and Goliath / Juan Garcia and Debbie Washington Schultz. When I talk about Debbie, I want to be as respectful as possible. It's one of the issues that I hear all the time. You're going against the woman. Mr. Garcia, do you understand that if you say something wrong about her, you will be trashed by the rest of the world? Well, I want to assure you today that my campaign will be a clean campaign. I will assure you today that my campaign will be a campaign based on the issues. I won't play games. I'm not going to look right or left. I'm going to be focused on November 2014 so the Republican Party can take that chair and not only remove a congresswoman forever, but to remove the national chairwoman from the Democratic Party.